Good morning. So one way to keep my video short is to come outside when it's pretty chilly in my short sleeve shirt. Anyway, today I want to talk about diet and exercise and how it relates to blood sugar. So I'm sure, in my question, I actually questioned, have you ever heard that? And I'm sure that many of you have heard diet and exercise. It seems to be the answer to everything, right? So years ago, my dad had been diagnosed type 2 diabetes. Now let me explain something really important is that he didn't know he had type 2 diabetes until he had his massive heart attack. They did his, they did bypass surgery, and then they said, oh, and he has type 2 diabetes, needs insulin. Guaranteed because of his, sadly, he drank a lot of beer, alcoholic growing up, and then he was also a smoker, which damages your arteries, and then he also ate a lot of sugar. He was definitely the junk food junkie that brought me up that way, like jelly beans all the time. So anyway, when I would take him to his doctor's appointments, I would say, at this point things were getting really bad for him. The diabetes affected his feet, and there was amputations that happened for his toes, half of his feet. And when I went to the doctor with him, I said, so how do I avoid this? How do I avoid, the damage? And the doctor just said, diet and exercise. Okay, can I get a little more information than diet and exercise? Like, why? And, I like exercising, not a problem. The dieting, I didn't want to do that. And that always meant to me, starving myself. That's what a diet meant to me when I heard diet and exercise. So here's what it is. When you build muscle tissue is more sensitive to insulin. And I've talked about, insulin is the key to get sugar out of the blood and into the cells where it's needed for energy. Muscle tissue is more sensitive to that insulin, and so it can pull in more of the sugar and get it out of your blood. So that's really important to know. So when I talk about exercise, it's some resistance training. It can't, if you're walking and you're just kind of slowly moving around the neighborhood, you're probably not building muscle, okay? You're not, deteriorating, but you're not building some muscle with resistance. So maybe add some weights to your ankles while you're walking. Maybe do some just gentle squats. You don't have to go really far down. You just have to do some kind of resistance training to build up the muscle. The more muscle that you can create, the more sensitive insulin sensitive cells you have, it's going to help to pull out that sugar. So that's going to be really important. As far as the diet part, if you're working out, you may just want to get some of those abs showing, or maybe just lose some weight. And the way to do that is through your nutrition. And we've been talking about this. The carbs and the processed foods are going to sabotage everything that you're doing to try and reduce that sugar level in your body. And we want to get that down because it is so damaging and life-shortening, honestly. Elevated blood sugars cause so many problems, and we can talk more about that in another video. So diet and exercise. Diet meaning cut those sugars down. Remember, less than 24 grams, or let's call it 6 teaspoons for women. For men, it's more like 9 teaspoons or 36. But you've got to get those sugars down, and then you've got to build some muscle. So if you're being told, hey, your blood sugars seem a little higher, or if you're getting that inner tube around your waist, it's because you're insulin resistant. You've got to get some exercise that has the resistance training. And that means pick up your pace while you're walking. If you can still talk clearly while you're walking, you're not walking fast enough. That was something I was told a long time ago. So time for me to get my day started and get out of the cold. Bye. Have a great day.